It's your girl Mo. Welcome back to another episode of Candid Demeanor. As always, I'm gonna start off by saying thanks for all the support, likes, subscribes, comments, all that good stuff. It doesn't go unnoticed. Y'all know I don't really do too much talking. I say that every video. We're gonna get straight into it. Today I got Sterling with me.
Yo, what's up?
Good to have you here.
I'm good to be here.
I haven't seen this man since I was a kid, literally. So it's very good to put a name to
Childhood.
the face again. Yeah. Bullshit. Today the topic we're gonna be talking about is mental health.
Yes.
And the first thing I actually want to talk about is you mentioned that you had a nonprofit, you and your family.
Yes, I actually got it on right now. iSaver. Check us out at iSaver.org.
For sure. So the first thing I really wanted you to tell me more about that and what that entails.
It all started with self-reflection that me and my brothers, we all have. Actually throughout iSaver, it was one of those things where when I was younger and I was transitioning throughout my apartment, I had to look at the man in the mirror. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those things like, as I was doing that, I was translating that through my brother. My brother, he's the one that actually came up with the idea of like, let's make this bigger. Because of the things that you were able to get through, those things can help somebody else get through those. And I was like, okay, bet, bro. That makes a lot of sense. So I started being a lot more transparent a little bit and trying to be a little more open with things that I struggled with throughout like trying to navigate through life type thing. But that's how it kind of came about.
So iSaver is what you said?
Yeah.
So is that a play off of like Lifesaver or no?
No, it's about actually looking at the person in the mirror and deciding like I want to be better.
Okay.
But now that you say that, it does catch it.
No, that ain't no for real. That's why I was like, oh, okay.
No, it does. It is catchy though.
Okay,
for sure.
Okay.
I like that.
So as a nonprofit, what do you guys do? What have you guys done? What is the main goal of the nonprofit?
So right now, our main goal is for us to share our stories as individuals to help others get through individual situation that they're dealing with. Mm-hmm. Like a prime example for a situation that I ended up getting through was, like high anxiety, really high anxiety on like what to do in the world next, right? Mm-hmm. So one of those things was like, I had to decide what I wanted out of life. I'm thinking that alone, whenever I was like really like 22 to 23, really played a big role on my mental health. Like to look up in the morning and wake up in the morning, just like, what do I want to be? Right. What I want out of life? What is success to me?
Everyday battle. Yeah.
Everyday battle. And everybody's success looks different. So for me, I had to find a way to navigate through that. And I started to like, okay, break things down into like minimal things. Like, okay, what do you want out of life? Do you even want children? Do you want a house?
That's right.
Like, do you want to work? And that's how that kind of plays.
Okay. So how has your understanding of mental health evolved over time from, I guess, since being a kid till now?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like that question.
Whatever comes to mind.
I like that question. Hold on. Let me take that one. Let me take that one. All right. The way that one really changed over time is because as a child, I didn't really understand any other emotions but anger. So anything that I felt, I always threw it at anger. Even when I was happy, I would be mad. Right. And that started to translate into me walking into a room and killing the energy. Just like not even knowingly. Like everybody, oh yeah, really bad. Really bad. Then as I got like older, I started understanding, okay, there's other emotions to life. Everything ain't just anger.
For sure.
And now that like I'm kind of navigating through that, it's one of those things where, okay, mentally thinking, what do I need to decide, like with boundaries and stuff like that? Okay, you need to set boundaries. So like now it's like, okay, now these people can't touch you here. But even with that being said, now I have to understand like when am I sad? Because I never cried. I never know when I was sad, anything like that. So it made a transition from only having one avenue of emotions into like thinking like, okay, there's other areas for me to feel things, and it's okay to feel things, especially as a man, because like they try to tell you to toughen up so much, especially when you're young.
Yeah.
Stop crying. Dude, it's okay to cry.
Have you ever been to therapy?
I have not. This is all just like one of these things. I'm just looking in the mirror talking.
I'm the same way. But I have to ask. Yeah.
No, for sure.
Are you an advocate for therapy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm actually looking into it myself because that's actually one of the things that I had to grow to learn. Like, okay, it's okay to open up to somebody. Like even right now, like I'm like, okay, I have never been
that person
to even say this
Me
right
either.
now. To even, I like we said, we ain't seen each other and talked to each other like years. For me to even say that, I'm just like, whew.
I feel that.
For real.
Yeah. Okay. As far as like the stigma surrounding mental health, what do you feel like? I guess that's not what I'm trying to say. Not where they stand, but like, do you feel like there are any stigmas surrounding mental health, or do you
Ooh,
feel
yes.
like what are those stigmas? I guess that's really the question I'm trying to ask.
I feel like a stigma is, for one, I think everybody's supposed to be okay all the time. A lot of people think that, like, if you quote unquote have things okay going on in life, like you have your car paid up, bills paid up, children just smiling and stuff, you're supposed to be okay, right? That's not the reality of life. I think that's a big stigma. That's one of the things that like I personally deal with a lot. That just like, oof, you would think from the outside looking in, like, oh, dude, that man up top, that brain, perfectly just. But in reality, it's like, no. Every day is a struggle to be like, you're good, you're great, you can be better. Like, you're okay where you're at. Like, just because you're not where you're at right now doesn't mean you're shit. Like, and a lot of the times I feel like, damn, sometimes I'm not shit. Like, but even though, like, from the outside looking in, it'd be like, dang, he got everything going on. But nah. And I think that's a big stigma of like people just thinking like, if it looks okay, you're okay. And I'm just like, nah, everybody who looks okay, not okay. Because I smile a lot and joke a lot. But sometimes, a lot of those days, I need people to ask me, I'm all right. Because I done asked 20 people and no one said, hey, what about you? And I was like, dang. So I think that's one of the big stigmas.
I think for me, one of my stigmas surrounding mental health is that everybody believes that like everybody heals the same way. Ooh. You know, especially like even when it comes down to like therapy. Ooh. Therapy alone, you know what I'm saying? Therapy is not everybody's coping mechanism. Everybody is not processed to enjoy and get relief from therapy, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I feel like there needs to be like different avenues for different types of people that heal in different type of ways.
See, and that's kind of what we wanted to do. We want to do with iSaver because like on the website you have like area that you can go to and type in what you got through. And just somebody can randomly, you can shoot that anonymously, and it's one of those things where they can go in there and then boom, they can just read how you got through your area, and just reading that little section, like a comment almost, it can just help you persevere through your little situation versus like you saying, going to a therapy session. Yeah. So I agree to that 100.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you think we differentiate between temporary stress and long-term mental health?
Oof, that's a good question. Ooh, repeat that one for me.
Okay. How do we differentiate between temporary stress and long-term mental health? And it's kind of like a open-ended question for sure.
That's actually one that I personally struggle with. Yeah. But I think, at least I'm going to speak for myself. I think the way that I separate the two is I literally have to break it down. I have to take the 2 seconds and look like, okay, is this affecting me like long term, or is this just something that I'm reacting to? And then if I'm just reacting to it, then I have to tell myself there's other emotions than to just react.
Do you feel like you're an empath? You give me empath vibes, like you feel first, think later, or no?
Situations can be definitely like that.
Okay.
Definitely like that. Like certain situations, I'm just gonna like snap, and then I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, yep, okay, didn't need to do all that. Definitely, that's definitely me.
Okay, well, I guess I ask you this: what type of ways do you cope? Like, what helps you feel better?
Ooh, good question. All right. Before having my child,
y'all was on war. He said children. He already thinking about.
But nah, I'm black. Nah. For me, I started journaling first, and then that kind of came to a spot where it's like I was letting it out. Then after like I got a house, we ended up with a burn pit in the backyard, something that I never thought I'd be using.
Oh, wait, a what?
A burn pit in the backyard.
Okay.
Like yeah, bricked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, never thought I'd be on some country stuff just trying to burn.
Hey, I'm from Century, okay?
Oh.
I gets down. I gets down, okay?
Look, you said it all. So look, that ended up being something that I love. I'm talking about like, so now I'm chopping wood now. And then with my fires, I'm also letting go. I also like look at the fire of things I want to let go.
Now, sorry question about this fire pit. Do you guys burn all year round or?
Oh yeah, I burn all year round.
It don't get hot. Like, what's the purpose of burning all the time? Just asking. Like, I know
my
you
mental
like.
Health.
Wait, what?
My mental health.
Oh, just.
I'm telling you.
So you like to
watch fire? I got the axe.
Questionable.
I
got
the axe out there, but it's one
sharp objects and fire. That's a little scary.
Hey, it is, but it's one of those things. I'm just like, when I look at it, it's one of those things where it's the only thing that you have to have patience for me, because I started like just from the steel, so I gotta have patience to start it. So now I'm having to calm down. You can't get frustrated. You just gotta do the job. So I'm slowing my mental thinking down. Then after that, chopping the wood and the tinder, like you got to put these steps together. And it can look like it's on fire, and then it go out. But then as you keep working on it, boom, you eventually have a fire. And then as I look at my end result of my little fire, I'm like, take a break sometimes in life. It's okay to take a step back, catch your breath on everyday situations. Have patience on everyday situations.
Recently, I've been into Lego sets.
Oh, you talking about like the ones that be
the
cost?
Big ones. We got a Transformer one around here somewhere. The big 1,000-piece one. Chef's kiss, you guys. But
you got the patience?
I do.
Never.
I do. But I don't think, like, I was trying to save it for a long time because I'm like, maybe I could do this for a date. This is a cool date idea. I don't have the patience to do it with somebody because other people just be pissing me off. Like, when I want to get it done, I want to get it done.
Because you got a strategy how you do it, huh?
Yeah. I knew and then, I'm the person, it come in like little bags. So I need like 1 and 2 at one time. Don't overwhelm me because then I'm going to be like, okay, I can't. But yeah, I'm in the Lego set as of recently.
And what does that do for you?
It's the satisfaction of finishing something, and it's the satisfaction of, as I'm building it, it don't look like it's supposed to look until I get to the very end. Because Legos, they be coming out with all type of parts now. Like, it got curves and circles, and it's just a lot of moving pieces.
And when you're looking at those moving pieces and the end result, it's just like the satisfaction, like you completed a goal type thing.
It's a satisfaction, and it's like I'm working my mind for a couple hours just on something that doesn't stress me out. It's not, it's just like
just task related. Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Do you believe friendships and or the people around you are important in sustaining or harming your mental health?
Yes.
Let's talk about it. I already knew you were gonna say yes, but let's talk about it. How you feel about it?
Friends?
Whew. Have you cut anybody off because they just was detrimental?
Me personally, I don't really feel like I associate with a lot of people. I don't really have too many friends, but the people that are around me, they definitely play a good role in my life. People that are around me definitely play a good role in my life. So have I let people go? Yes. And that kind of changed out whenever I decided what I wanted out of life. When I'm thinking about being a family man,
everybody can't come with you for sure.
Everybody's not even trying to be a family man. So like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those goals just started shifting, and it's like, okay, I just can't be hanging out with you because like I'm trying to get a house, bro. Like you just not even trying to move out yet.
Yeah, nobody. It seems like we're in a space where like nobody wants to set a foundation, or they're like, I don't know. I mean, we're not going to talk like the world isn't crazy right now. Inflation is high. I do get it, but like still at the same time, I feel like you got to like hold yourself down and make moves for yourself. Like you got to want to be better than you was yesterday.
That's my goal every day. Literally, that's my goal every day. So how do you feel about it?
How do I feel about it?
Do you cut people off?
Agree. I'm not really like when I went to college and stuff like that. I was big on like meeting a lot of people and networking, and I'm still like that. I'm very friendly. I'm very like, hey, how you doing? But like as far as like sustaining close friendships, I'm very like lock and key. I'm a very private life type of girl. Like I'll troll online, like everybody trolls, but like you probably won't know like my business at all.
See, I'm the exact same way.
I just like to keep
social media. I don't even really
my people that I am close with, and the people that I'm not posting every day are the people that mean the most to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just like to keep that very, very close to home.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, another question. Can you tell me about, well, you kind of already did, but if you could tell me another, could you tell me about a time trauma impacted your mental health and what steps you took to overcome it? But you kind of jumped into it earlier, but if you have anything else, I'm open to it.
Oh, yeah. Be a little transparent. Let me think on that one.
I'll be transparent too.
Whenever I have a trauma thing that impacted me.
I actually do have some.
I don't know if it would be trauma.
I mean, trauma is trauma. Maybe not for someone else, but
yeah, for sure. But something that played a big role in my life that I severely had to get over is parent satisfaction.
Parent satisfaction?
And like it's like trying to satisfy my
pleasing
parents.
your people.
Yeah, like trying to make my parents happy.
Honestly, that's very relatable.
Like for a long time, I was like, "Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Are they going to think something if I do this, make this move? Are they going to say something if I don't make a move?" And then I had to understand, like, kind of how you said, like, eventually you're going to have to just make your own moves.
Yeah.
And just do the things that makes you happy. And that right there, it still almost plays a role sometimes, but that one right there, ooh.
So what did you do to kind of like change your perception of that, or not be such a parent pleaser, or
had the hard conversation.
Yeah.
And I had to have a hard conversation with myself to see what I wanted. And then the second one was talk to my parents and let that shit out.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
It was well received?
No.
It never
is. It was
not at first.
I mean, and not at first. Not even from my perspective to their perspective. Like it wasn't even a good conversation at all. But the outlet that happened was good. I was able to be open with my parents after that. I was able to be transparent with them on everything pretty much after that.
Do you feel like you guys have a better relationship?
Oh yes.
That's a blessing.
Oh yes. A wonderful relationship actually. Yeah, I can't even lie on that one yet. But that trauma at first, like trying to like oof. That hurt. I shed a lot of tears on that one. Yeah. Shed a lot of tears on that one. And it actually happened whenever I dropped out of school. And I don't know if I told him at first, but I ended up telling him. And then I was just like, boom. When I told him, it was like, boom, everything started shifting. Next thing you know, I'm in an apartment.
It be
happened just like that.
It be like that. You moved out when you was 18?
I think 19 or 20.
19,
okay. 19 or 20, but yeah, after when I did move out, that was pretty much it. I think I moved in for like 3 months before I bought a house, but then that was it.
I should have bought a house back then.
Oh yeah, I got in good. I think we bought in like 21. I think
at this point, I feel like it's cheaper to build me a house, buy me some land, and build a house.
Definitely buy some land. Like land is always goated.
Always. I know you're just bucking up value, even if it's sitting. Okay. Am I gonna answer this question? I guess just to get some wise words. I guess as far as trauma for me goes, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I don't have any like immediate family members alive. Like both my parents, my godparents, my grandparents, everybody passed away by the age of 21 for me, and that's an everyday battle, of course, because it's just a lot of immediate loss in my family. Right. But the way I get through it is I'm just a fun person. Like I feel like before everybody passed away, it was instilled in me to like just be yourself and to always like it's always something better. So I try not to look at it as far as like feeling sorry for myself or like just being like too down because I can't control people dying.
No, for
people
sure.
die every day.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
After you losing all of your family members, do you feel as if you look more into yourself for the things that they have taught you throughout your life? Or do you find like yourself falling in love with the things that they taught you throughout your life?
Truthfully, I feel like once everybody passed away, I was running from it. Like I've secluded myself. I cut myself off from my family, everything. Like I'm just recently, maybe past year ago, I'm into the groove of like being around my family, showing up to events, having conversations, telling them I love them, giving them hugs. Cause I don't know, I just feel like at that time I was very alone. And like, it just be like that sometimes. But I'm just not like a down person. Like I get it. It's sad. But it's me. Like I'm not a sad person. I'm a goofy person. I think life is a joke. I'm super sarcastic.
See, that's me.
Like that's just me. So it's like I can joke about it. But like if you're not close to me, you'll be like, are you okay? But I be okay. Like I just gotta keep going. Like of course it's sad, but like this is my story. This is my life. Like I gotta just do what is dealt for me. Like God got something for me, and I know that. So I'm
No, for
chilling.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be a little bit even more transparent. I can relate to that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because over the last like 2 years past, we had my mother-in-law living with us, and she passed away in our home. And it was one of those things where like we made jokes about it a lot, and
but you got to like it's not funny, but it's funny. Like
it is, and we made it to her like her last day. So like it's one of those things like she helped me understand too, like you said, can't control it, but you can control how you feel about it.
For sure.
So I feel what you're saying on that.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is: can mental health and physical health be separated?
Can mental health and physical health be separated?
Or do you feel like they go hand in hand?
In some ways, they do.
Yeah.
I feel like if that's your thing, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
If that's your thing, everybody don't need to do all that physical stuff. Everybody in the gym, right? Everybody is not running, but does it play a role in like, okay, some people end up they're coping and eating and shit whenever they got down, get into that mode. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's playing a role into your health, obviously. But like just on GP, maybe not, I don't think. But how do you feel about that?
I feel like 50-50 because I feel like, it's easy to separate like the physical realm from the mental realm, but I also feel like you should always listen to your intuition, always. But I would say on the other end of the things, I feel like I'm a girl. I'm just a girl, guys. So I feel like to a certain extent, I have felt like if I'm sad or if I'm down, I'm physically also sick. Like you've never felt like that before, just where something else has affected you so heavily, your whole body, like you can't. Yeah, but that could also be a woman thing. It could. Not saying y'all don't be feeling things, but like as a woman, like the body, and we are meant to carry a lot of pain, meant to feel a lot of pain, or just
I agree with that.
a lot of pain.
I agree to that.
So I have felt like where I can't even move because something has affected me so heavily.
See, okay, from that standpoint,
but I feel like it's situational. That's the good word.
Okay, ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
From that standpoint, I think as men, they tell us to separate the 2 a lot of times, but for me, I don't think I always do. Some days, that mental, it doesn't necessarily affect me to the point where I can't put on the face, but like when I go home and I'm trying to play with my daughter, sometimes it's like, okay, shake it.
But kids are overstimulated. Let's not like.
Yo. That's the whole thing in itself. I didn't think about it. Nobody says like think about your mental health state before you have a child. No one really thinks about that. I soon found out. Okay, some days, Erlen, you need to give yourself 10 minutes before you even parent.
Crashing out.
I need like some days I literally have to go. All right, Vanessa, go ahead. You do your thing for 10 minutes. I'm gonna walk away.
I feel that. I really feel that.
And I just, and then like, all right, I'm good. Now I can move forward.
Okay. What are some changes that you think we could make to foster better mental health and mental wellness as a whole?
I think everybody in general can be a lot more open with each other and realize, and when I say open, also understand it and realize we all go through something. No one's bad day is worse than another person's bad day because the perspective of how they went through their day is probably how you felt too if you had a bad day. And I feel like people try to compare like worst case scenarios to each other, if that makes sense. I feel like people compare like my days, worst years. I feel like if we're open with one another, we'll realize we can all come together and help each other get through tough situations a lot more than that could divide us or separate us or make us judge each other when you realizing like, oh, you go through that too? All right, bet, hey, how did you get through that type thing? Yeah. What's yours on that?
I would say try to keep a positive mindset. That's what's helped me a lot. I'm just a person who I definitely believe in God and believe in everything like that. But I also believe in like the power of the tongue, the power of manifestation, and speaking positivity into your life. Like it plays a part because as soon as I shifted my mindset positive, positive, positive. You know, like things like that really happen, but you also have to have faith in yourself and believe in yourself. But I'm just a true believer of like self awareness before you try to do anything with another person and just things like that. Like get to know yourself, fall in love with yourself. Like that's
Yes.
what's important.
I'm big on self-reflection, so I'm
Yeah.
big on like looking at the person. Do you like the person that you're looking
That
in the
you
mirror?
are. That's what I'm saying. And
Mm-hmm.
like, can you admit to yourself when you are in the wrong? Can you be a bigger person? Can you let things go? Can you be forgiving? Like those
See,
things are
oof,
important.
you said those. I think what's your last three? You said forgiving. That's one I'm
Oh no,
still
when I be
working.
going, I just be going.
No, yeah, no, that forgiving one definitely still
For
working
real.
on. I can't even lie. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one. Like forgiving and understanding is the one that I'm working on a
Yeah.
lot.
And believing it. Don't
And
just forgive somebody to make them feel better. Like, does it make you feel good?
Yeah. Did you really accept that apology?
Yeah.
Like, do
you?
you?
Because as soon as you really feel it, it should literally feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulder. Like it's physically a feeling. So I'm just like, get it off your chest. Like,
see, I said I do decent with the getting off the chest part, but what makes me
is it?
But what ends up happening is I'm saying that shit however it comes off. Like sometimes I need to understand. Like, okay,
I can say the same. My mouth is a little.
Yeah. Sometimes I gotta okay. That's not how they need to receive this message.
Yeah.
Although,
because tone matters. 100%. Tone matters.
Yeah. So
and it's not what it's never what you say. It's always how you say it. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's one thing I struggle with. But it's one of those things where I'm not scared to say I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too like I'm self-aware enough to say, all right, I need to say it like this, and I'll come back to the conversation. And this is actually what I meant. Sorry about my delivery before. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I had to learn. But still trying to skip the part where I don't need to say sorry.
Right, don't have to apologize. Yeah, that's the part we want, you guys. Okay, another question I have is how do we define what's normal in terms of mental health today? And do you believe it's possible that societal norms distort our understanding? Kind of a heavy loaded question, but
yes, I get it. That's a question where I don't think there is no normal.
It's no, yeah.
I don't.
No right
I don't think there is a normal to that one. I think there if everybody was transparent, you can eventually get some data. You know what I'm saying? So you can be like, okay, so many people think like this, so many people think like that. But I don't think there's a norm because everything that an individual goes through plays a role in how they think and how their mental state is throughout their whole life. Like whether you know what I'm saying, have two parents, one parent, like grandparents. Like some people don't have none of that, and that plays a mental state to them. So I think that's just an individual's like really like playing the thing. Like I don't think anybody for real has the same exact.
I feel like we're in a very 50-50 world right now. And when I say that, I mean as far as like 50% of the population is just super desensitized AF to everything. And then the other world is so sensitized where it doesn't make sense anymore. That's my process of it.
You actually said something that made some sense.
Yeah, I'm smart,
y'all. No. Actually, I think you just broke some down to me. And I said, hold on, man. No. That made sense.
When the conversation's good, I can go.
That made sense. I was just like, okay, now that made sense because.
And I feel like I'm right in the middle as well because some things really make me feel away, and the other things I'm like, oh, this is what we're crying about.
See, okay, okay, so. Hold on, now you might have hit something on their head. Now I'm like, real. No, like when you really think about
it. But then it's like online, you can get on Facebook right now, somebody got shot, or you can get on Facebook right now, somebody got their everything showing. You know what I'm saying? It's desensitized, but it's also like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's really 50-50 world we living in. It's nuts.
I think it gets a little bit hitting home whenever it starts to get closer and closer to you. That's like the only thing that starts to make people feel like things are getting real. Because when you look at it like, you know what I'm saying, online, it's like, whatever. And then you start to like, dang, it's Pensacola and everybody. It's like every weekend. Like it's like
Pensacola is getting.
He's like, and then now everybody's like, man, y'all real out here? It's
Florida.
Florida's been real. Like guys, like
not a place to raise your kids anymore. Honestly. We all need to go.
No, for real.
Okay, another question I have is, what do you think can be done about disparities in treatment that pertains to like race, gender, and sexual identity? Because I do feel like being a colored person, it is a little bit different when it comes to getting the help that we receive or getting the help that we deserve. So yeah.
You hit that one on the head. Yeah, that one on the head. Because a lot of the times we're told to get over stuff. But
Yeah.
what could we do differently? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, and honestly, I'll just go ahead and tackle it too because I got some things on my mind. Definitely, we need to bring back like programs like for kids and like all the fun things I know that we had growing up as kids. Like they don't
Community
do it
is what I
anymore.
would say.
What'd you say?
Community.
Yeah, community. Whether it be like Boys and Girls Club or Little Brother Big Brother, you know, like
Yeah.
all the little things. Like I know Omega still does their thing out
And
here.
like
They're going
mentoring.
strong. But yeah,
That's
just
one thing that I did. I had like a mentoring group, you know, teaching people how to bow ties, like teaching them
yeah.
how to fish,
Yeah, and
change
you know we went
ties.
to Brown Bars. We was taught literally communities.
Brown
Like
barges,
was the foundation, and it's so we was literally they put me in a group chat about a week ago with everybody from Brown Bars. I don't know where you were, friend, but
no
it was nuts.
way.
Everybody was in there. But we was talking like, and it was just crazy because like Brown Bars was a foundation, and it was in middle school. Like half the kids out here do not get to experience that, and it's crazy because it really should be everyday curriculum if you ask me. But
Brown barge definitely teach you something. It's building bridges.
Okay,
Like for
we
real.
was running immigration stations.
Like no, for real. Learning about
nuts.
going all crazy type of thing.
But yeah, community, that would be good.
I agree to that. I think another thing that we can kind of do as a whole is like understand that we all have different lives, right? But we all go through similar situations. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where we all have to understand that what I go through is that's not better or worse than what you go through. I feel like that's just, again, like I think we just do a lot of comparison. I think that's one of the things where if we were to build those communities up, if we were to have like outsources for people to come together, like going to back to games and stuff like that on the weekend, actually having fun and stuff like that.
Yeah, even the games now separated. You can't even cross the field. What is that? We're too far gone, guys.
No, that's half the battle right there. Like, you know what I mean? But that's all I had on that one though.
Yeah. We almost to the end, I promise. How do you feel about treating mental health with medication? Are you an advocate for medication, or how you feel? I got some thoughts on it too. But
see, I ain't gonna lie on that one. I think it's given too young a lot of the times before people are literally like able to
know, is it really something wrong, or are y'all am I just a kid?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with that. And as far as like when people get older, I personally think that people should look more into like natural things, you know what I mean? Okay. But I always don't think like prescriptions are like the best for people, for sure. But does it work for some?
For sure.
I'll hold my hands up if, you know, because everybody's different at the end of the day. Yeah. But me, myself, I don't need that. What about you on that?
I'm also an advocate for just natural methods and natural herbs and things like that. But I will say, like, if it's absolute, like if this medication can basically stop you from, I don't know how to explain it. If it's causing you physical harm, or, you know, if it's something really severe and the medication stops the severity of it, I get it. I understand it. Do I feel like kids get on medication too long? Hell yeah, they do. It's heavy. It's a loaded question, honestly. I feel a lot of ways about medication, but me, myself, I'm not.
A lot of ways on medication. It's a business in itself. So like,
it is a business. Big pharma is real. They taking y'all money. Insurance is a scam. For real. But I guess that's all I'll say on that.
No, yeah, because that one's definitely touchy.
Yeah. And one of my last questions for you of the night is, would you like to share to anybody that may be going through anything, any kind words, anything you want to say, leave some positivity for some people?
Let me think about that one. Yes, of course, I'm gonna say something to these folks. No, you got, look. Let me make sure I put my words together.
You know, you gotta talk to the mic.
Look. Oh my bad. There we go. Make sure I talk to these folks real quick.
You gonna talk to them, or?
No, I'm gonna talk to them.
Okay.
All right, guys. If y'all think, if y'all are going through anything, just remember that tomorrow's a new day. You have the opportunity to be a better version of yourself each and every day. So if you're waking up each and every day, just put one foot in front of the other and decide mentally to be better, and just watch what happens. And that's what I'm gonna leave them with.
Okay.
Nah, for sure, that's what I'm gonna leave them with.
I guess I'll say, love, peace, and light.
Ooh.
You know, stay positive, stay grounded, stay faithful, stay true to your dreams, yourself, everything you want to be, everything you want to do. And yeah, have a faith that it'll all work out. And last question, well, not last question, but do you want to shout yourself out? Do you want people to follow you? I know you probably like me, so you might not, but you know, we on the pod, so.
Nah, I mean, I
Or just tell them
Saver.
who you are. You
Oh,
know?
just follow I Saver on all platforms. Other than
Period.
that one, that was it. I'm low key.
I feel that. All right, y'all know who I am. It's your girl Mo. Instagram MC at the MC. You can follow all the Candid Demeanor pages, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff at Candid.Demeanor. And yeah, I appreciate you for coming. I enjoyed the conversation. It was cool. I'm glad we finally sat down and did this.
No, for sure. My
Been a lot of
pleasure.
trying to figure it out, but we got here. And yeah, we're gonna call it a night. We out. Bye, y'all.
Later.
I don't know how to explain it. If it's causing you physical harm, or if it's something really severe and